Everybody, welcome in. WCA3 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Light. I just want to give you a little bit of an update here on a severe thunderstorm warning that is impacting Piatt County right now. Our friends over in Piatt County, you may be going, all right, what's going on here? Well, we've got a nice little storm there between Cisco, Cerro Gordo to Bement and Millmine. To Voorhees, seeing a pretty strong little cell there. It's got some hail in it, probably some gusty winds. And this is going to be tracking close to Monticello as well. So we've got a lot of people over there watching down the line in the Ivesdale and Sodorus area. I'm going to put a little bit of a loop on this to kind of give you guys an idea of the path that this is taking. Again, right now, this is a severe thunderstorm. We're not seeing any rotation with it. There's not a tornadic threat at the moment, but our storm here is going to continue to move off here to the north and east, kind of right there south of I-72, between 72 and 36. So north of Hammond and Atwood, and most likely kind of south of Cisco to Monticello in that general area, and then pushing into western portions of Champaign County here in the next few minutes. So that is kind of what we're watching here, as you can see at this point. What we can also do is check in here in just a little bit. Once I get things all set up, we'll check in with Jacob, who's out in the storm tracker. So we'll be watching him here in a second. Let's do a little camera tour as well and show you what we're seeing from some of our views. This is going to be obviously looking towards the stadium there and State Farm Center to the south and west. We're going to be looking for some of these storms. That's the direction that we're looking at there. And these storms will have the potential to produce damaging winds and maybe a little bit of hail as well. So let me pan that around, and there you go. There's a little bit better view of that storm now as we look to the southwest. And you're going to see the dark skies, some flashes of lightning that are going to be showing up in there. As that storm gets closer and closer to Champaign County, you're actually going to be able to see pretty good little structure of that storm coming in. If you peer off to the west, you're starting to see that. So we're going to be watching our view from that camera. Let me pull up our studio camera here as well. And what we'll do is actually take that full screen so you guys can see it better, but I'm going to pan our camera view around and you're going to see that storm really starting to take shape as it is coming into Piatt County right now and really getting that ominous view of the storm from our camera. And that is going to bring with it some pretty strong gusty winds. So if you are into southwestern portions of Champaign County, just prepare for that storm to be coming in. There's quite a bit of lightning on it as well. And right now between Monticello to Bement is where that strongest part of the storm is, now east of Cerro Gordo. So we're going to have a couple nice little camera views that we're going to be able to share with you of the storm as it moves in. There is still a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect for a handful of our counties here. We do think that these storms should begin to weaken, but it is something that we will be carefully monitoring. And here's what we've got right now. I will say this, the National Weather Service just within the past few seconds has gone ahead and allowed for this warning to expire, which is a sign of potentially a weakening storm. But I got to tell you, there's still some really heavy rainfall. We've got quite a bit of lightning. As a matter of fact, I'll switch on our lightning tracker with this and just throw on how many lightning strikes do we have here. And you can see a pretty good little storm there. They're coming into Bement. Heavy rainfall, those lightning strikes, even lagging behind the storm a little bit on the back side, as you can see. But that is the general area that we're watching and just kind of keeping people informed about it. And we got a lot of people that watch us out there in Piatt County. We appreciate everybody there in Monticello and Bement, and those storms are coming into your area. So we wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a heads up on all of that. The other thing we can do is see what's happening with our friend and colleague out in the field, and that is meteorologist Jacob Dickey. And need to make sure that I can get your audio to come up here. But let's see, this is Jacob's shot. There he is in the storm tracker. And all right, Jacob, where are you at? What are you seeing?
Hey, Kevin. I am located south of Cerro Gordo now in Piatt County. We are trying to follow the storm, but it's moving at a really good clip here in an east and northeast direction, so it's hard to keep up with it. I will say that I can echo about everything you've said so far. We've noticed there's been lightning behind us. I can see as I turn the corner here, there has been some lightning also off to my left where the core of the storm is. And that is, here we go, we're at 105 and 32, so I'm gonna take a left here. You'll see Cerro Gordos to my north, and turning the corner, some of that lightning that's been flashing and dazzling in the sky. I have noticed that the lightning has come down a little bit. It's not as intense as it's been, but there's still plenty of it. I can echo also, we were driving through some of that heavy rain in Christian County, even had a little small hail. We had some probably penny-sized hail at the most, maybe half inch to penny-sized. Small hail, but there were probably some spots that we got closer to quarter-sized hail. So far here, at one point there were two cores per se, the core to the north and east of me, the core to the south and west. That one to the south and west is pretty much evaporated. It's just a massive showers and thunderstorms. But this one here, which is now to my north and east, one certainly that will follow back into Champaign County. And I tend to agree with the National Weather Service. To me, the lightning coming down, that's usually a sign that maybe it's not quite as intense. Maybe there's not some quarter-size hail or 60-mile-an-hour winds, but there's still maybe some small hail and some gusty winds within that 40, 50 mile an hour as it rolls on through. And I'm sure on the backside, Kevin, bit of a mushy looking, the rain, really just not good contrast with it, but maybe on the front side you are able to see something a little better of a shelf cloud or something of that sort. So that's what we've got here. Haven't seen any damage, haven't seen any signs of hail or wind damage as we've been driving behind the storm, but we'll keep you updated if something changes. Live in the Storm Tracker here on digital platforms, rolling into Cerro Gordo. I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Kevin, I'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate the report there coming in to us as he's driving out there with our storm. And again, it's coming down to Monticello. Are you guys watching us in Monticello tonight? I've got the chat room pulled up over here, so go ahead and type away. Let me know where you guys are watching from here tonight. But I know we've got a lot of people here in Piatt County tuning in here to our live stream. Just kind of, want to let you guys know what's going on with the storms. These are going to be crossing into Champaign County, Seymour, south of Seymour there on 72, and eventually coming into places like Ivesdale and coming there on the southwest side of town before too long of Champaign. But you can see there that storm crossing over. As Jacob was kind of talking about, and what our radar is showing here, some of those lightning strikes behind kind of the heaviest of the rain. So that's important for you to not to go outside immediately after the rain kind of stops. You get the heavy rain, you think the storm's done. There's quite a bit of lightning strikes after the storm has passed, as you can see here. So I'm just going to zoom into this just a little bit more. Obviously, you can see the core of that heaviest rain there where the red is, but you look back and all of those little individual little icons that show up are actual lightning strikes that are occurring, and you can see how many are occurring back here in this lighter rain. There's only maybe a handful there into that heavier rain, so kind of keep that in mind. There are a few on the leading edge there. Looks like coming into Ivesdale now, crossing 105 and heading there towards Ivesdale and Sodorus. Going to be coming in there to the southwestern corner of Champaign County with the potential for some really strong gusty winds. Looks like we've got some people in Mansfield and Pontiac, Leroy in there. Hey, Leroy, you guys had some hail yesterday, didn't you? My goodness. Fisher, Piper City is in the house. Got some people watching from Florida. And yes, the Cubs game is even getting delayed up in Chicago because of this weather tonight. Danville out there as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Okay, so again, we'll keep an eye on the chat with you guys here. Keeping an eye also with our communications that we have with the National Weather Service. Let's come back to our camera view. I'm going to see what these look like, because probably starting to get a nice little view of the storm. We'll be panning around here and see what we can check out as that storm comes in. All right, see which camera is going to be the best one to kind of look at. What's interesting is if I pan over here, I think you can see the sun trying to set, a little orange glow to the sky. We pan it around. We'll take a full view for you. Sounds like actually we're already getting a little bit of rain outside. That's Jacob Schott. That's our camera view here. So we've already got some showers. Oh yeah, it's with another little cell coming into Champaign. So that is the view there. And let's take you back to our other camera here at the studio. And we'll even pan it around a little bit more. And you can see that we're getting a little bit of rain here. That's kind of looking to the north and west. Some heavy rain as the sun tries to set on us, and then we swing it back more to the west and southwest where that stronger storm is coming from. And that's the view that you're seeing there on our camera view. All right, we'll bring you back over here. Again, right now, we don't have a ton of heavy rain or anything that's going on here at the studio. We've got a little cell that's coming in. The storm here we're watching now going to cross over the Champaign County line before too long, and is bringing with it some of those lightning strikes, some gusty winds, and maybe some small hail in there. But there has been a general weakening trend, and we can show you that just in the last 45 minutes. I'm going to show you that cell. You're going to notice here, and I'll take it back step by step so you can kind of get a better idea. See how it was down there? Oh, wow. Was that a lightning strike here? I think we've got maybe a close lightning strike here. I heard a bunch of static just kind of happen. See when that storm was back near Decatur and Mount Zion, see more of the purple color that we had? So there it went into Piatt County, and we had that storm begin to weaken a little bit as it moves off there to the east. And it got into Piatt County, and it's still there, but it does continue that weakening trend. I'm super curious. I want to pull up my lightning strikes and see where we had some lightning there, possibly. I heard some static or something there. I don't know. Oh, that might have been from our tower, out of where our tower is, potentially. Goodness. All right. We'll be watching that. The lightning is going to pick up, and that's the thing with these storms. Don't want to mess with those. Lightning will ramp up pretty quick there. And again, a lot of it kind of lagging behind. Camera, there's a little out of focus. I'm going to see if I can get that to focus a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to watch that storm kind of come in there to southwestern Champaign County. That is a view on top of our studio here as we just kind of pan it around. You can kind of see the clear slot there as you look a little bit more due south. A few lightning strikes showing up there, as we have mentioned. And let's kick it back over to the radar view, and I'll show you some of the other storms. There's another little cell that's formed back here towards Nokomis, south of Morrisonville. Pana. You guys had some activity earlier near Taylorville. That has all moved to the east. And then there's a couple little other cells. There's one south of Lake Fork, and then some lighter stuff from Maroa to Warrensburg and Forsyth, Weldon, Farmer City, Mansfield, Mahomet, not seeing a whole lot. Fisher, maybe a little stronger cell up between Rantoul and Ludlow right now along I-57. So a few storms in there, but I would say the heaviest one here with the biggest impacts at this moment are coming into western Champaign County through White Heath to Monticello. I mean, we can go all the way down in there. There's some stuff there in White Heath, a little purple color that shows up there. You know, you might have a little bit of pea-sized hail showing up in that. In White Heath, if you know anybody who lives there, might have some hail. And then we kind of back it out, and we'll come down. There's 1600, comes into Champaign County there. Airport Road, so to speak, I believe that is. And so that is coming across there. We'll be watching that cell as it rolls in, both from the radar view and also from our cameras that we're watching here as well. So here's a little bit of that 15-minute loop. You can see the direction it's going. And yeah, it's going to be coming into Champaign, but it has been weakening. So I just want to let everybody know that there is not a severe thunderstorm warning with this cell anymore. It was once warned. The biggest threat right now will be the cloud-to-ground lightning strikes, several of those, and then the really heavy rainfall associated with this as well. So you're going to be able to see the storm come in, and that's what I'm going to hopefully kind of share with you on our weather cameras here tonight. So maybe you don't have to, go outside because there's quite a bit of lightning. So I'm going to share that with you. Oh my goodness, let me see if I can get that one on camera. There's a lightning strike I just saw on the. Look at this. How about that with the sun trying to set there? I mean, it looks like the sky is on fire. Looking off there to the west. Kind of a cool shot as that storm rolls in. And so you're going to have this just incredibly colored sky from some blues and grays and oranges and yellows. And that is here in Champaign. Let me throw up so you know, put a little banner on there so you know what you're looking at. Oh, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. There we go. Kind of looking there to the north and west is that view. And then you'll see the occasional lightning strike that's happening with this. Again, there are no warnings in effect right now. No warnings. But we wanted to just kind of show you guys what's going on. This was warned for some hail and damaging winds. We kind of thought this was going to be a low-end event. It wasn't going to be something that's going to be super widespread with a lot of warnings and damage. But we thought there might be occasional hail report, some damaging winds in there. And we've not had really a whole lot here yet, but this may turn into just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm. For some of you out there that enjoy a good thunderstorm, just be wary and careful of that lightning that is out there. Looks like that rain's starting to get a little bit heavier here. I'm going to switch back over to our camera here at the studio. And so let's see here, just trying to get my bearings straight. Okay, that's still kind of looking to the southwest as that storm is coming in. I'm going to pan this back around to the north there where that sun was setting and see what that kind of looks like from this angle up there. Again, just look at that. Just kind of wild, to see the sun coming in. Just getting that tiny little bit of the sky before the storms roll in. I'll swing it back down there because I want to watch that storm come in to the southwest side of town in southwest Champaign County. That's where you've got that kind of lower cloud base. A few lightning strikes in there as well. See if I can try to focus this a little bit better to get some definition to the clouds. And so we'll be popping back to that view here in just a second. Oh my goodness, I think I got a rainbow on the Decatur camera. At least I did a little bit earlier. Oh, my thumbnail on this was showing a rainbow. See if I can pan it around and see if it's still there. I think there's some sun pillars. Something going on there. See those little sun pillars there kind of streaking through? How about that? Kind of cool. So we just missed the rainbow, it looks like. So that was my camera over in Decatur as the sun was setting. Look at that. You kind of see that. Kind of cool. All right, let's kick it back to our studio camera here. Again, watching that storm come in on the southwest side of town. Nothing is severe with it, but just wanted to jump on here with you guys. And then here's that view of the setting sun with the storm coming in there in northwestern Champaign County as well, where we're seeing some of that rain, but just wild to kind of, you can kind of see the rain bands there and the orange glow to the sky. It's a pretty cool thing. For any true photographers, I bet that looks pretty cool. All right, let's take you back over to the radar. Here's that full view for you. And yeah, this line of thunderstorms is really going to cool things down. It's going to bring that temperature way down. So Looks like there's a pretty good little cell there coming over Pasodum. So that's probably the strongest part, is that storm is kind of split and weakened off between Atwood and Arthur. And then some other activity up here between Rantoul and Penfield. Barbara's asking if I'm going to be on TV tonight during the storm. Barbara, unfortunately, no, and actually, probably, I shouldn't say unfortunately, it's probably fortunate, because we're not going to cut into programming unless there is an immediate threat and danger to life and property, and those are going to be from high-end severe thunderstorm warnings or tornadoes. We're not anticipating any of that tonight. That's why we're on here. That's why we're doing our coverage here online, okay? A lot of you have been following us for a long time, and you know that you can find us on here. Also encourage you guys to download our app. Boop, you're looking at it right over there. You can download the app and just scan that QR code. If you scan the QR code, it'll take you to the app, and it'll always keep you updated on when we're on here, when we're doing some of the streaming. There's a QR code either part of your screen. You can scan it. It'll take you to the website if you've not downloaded our app before. So pretty easy to do. So I'll leave that up there for a second so you guys can scan that and get the app. So the next time severe weather's approaching, you got us. It'll also get you those warnings and whatnot. So upper left part of your screen, if you scan that puppy, and you'll be good to go. Still watching a little storm here between Atwood and Arthur. Let's just come back to our tower cams, because let's be honest, those are kind of the coolest shots that we're looking at here right now as our storm comes in. The lightning strikes that are still coming into Champaign right now. Ooh, boy. I'm going to pan our camera around to the left just a little bit. Get some of that lightning coming in. Sun setting on the left, storm coming in. Again, be careful if you're out there. Let's look at Jacob's shot there. Jacob, are you seeing the cool sunset views there? What do you got?
Yeah, can you hear me, Kevin? Were you talking to me? Are you wanting me to chat a little bit, Kevin, by chance? Kevin, are you wanting me to chat a little bit, perhaps here? I can't quite. Okay, yeah. We are just rolling east of Cerro Gordo now, and just turned north, so I'll turn the camera back facing north here. We've been getting some really pretty colors in the sky, and occasionally get the lightning bolt, which is really nice here. Coming up in front of me is going to be Ivesdale, and once we get to Ivesdale, then we'll sneak on over to Sadorus, and pass through Sadorus, probably hop on 45 North and come back to the station. Really spectacular view. Once I turn the corner here into Ivesdale, in about won't be too long from now, the view to the west is pretty stunning. We've got some of those light rays that are sneaking on through, and certainly it's a good view here. But still, I will say that the lightning, I would say, has been even less and less since the last time we talked. So maybe we'll get the downpour with the occasional flash of lightning here, but a nice spring storm, as we've had lots of spring storms since January, it seems like, around here. So yeah, that's what I got here. We're rolling into town now. I'm going to flip the camera to the back side. This is looking to the south, and a couple of little cells down there too with some lightning I've seen. And then the view to the west there, the sun's starting to set behind the clouds, so once I take the curve here in town, you will get a nice view of that. Just a nice little evening drive in the rain here. It's been clearly been some heavy rain. I've seen some ponding in the ditches and whatnot, but nothing significant, nothing that's life-threatening or dangerous. But still, hey, keep it covered and watch online here. You know, Kevin, I'm wondering, Kevin, if I'm passing through Sadorus, if I need to pick you up some dinner or something like that. I'm not sure what you think about that. So here we are in Ivesdale. You can see behind me the sun's setting. We'll send it back to you, Kevin.
Great. Dinner would be great there, Jacob. I'm unclear if you're going to be serious in stopping there.
Just send me a text with what you want and whatnot. So let me know what you want, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, there we go. Gosh, I probably won't even have time to eat here. Hold on here. We do have a new warning. So a new warning just actually got popped here. It's going to be, though, for more of the southern cell here that's coming into Christian County. So let's take you back over to the radar here. All right, okay, so this new warning is down here into Christian and Shelby County. For this guy, it's probably got a little bit of hail on it. South of Locust, going to be coming right there into Pana, Dunkel to Assumption, and heading east into Shelby County. So a severe thunderstorm warning there in effect. Don't worry, Jacob. We won't send you down to go get that when you're almost home, but we'll keep an eye on it here back at the studio for everybody. But it looks like some hail associated with that thunderstorm there. A little hail core. Looking pretty good. Maybe some quarter-size hail in that. Otherwise, the rest of these storms, they might have some gusty winds with them coming into Champaign. But not seeing so much as far as hail on the Champaign County storm. There's our view from our cameras again. See what we got here between our two views. Both looking pretty similar. We used to have a camera outside that we could show you the ground level. We don't have that one anymore. But we can show you up here up top. Oh, the camera kind of shaking around a little bit. Ooh, it's coming down pretty good. Oh, the wind. I can hear the wind outside. All right, I may have to just go take a peek. May have to go take a peek out there. The curiosity of me. I want to go see what we got out here, so bear with me. All righty. I'm going to take you guys with me as I walk outside. Here, let me focus that camera a little bit better so you guys can kind of see it, but I'm going to go just peek outside the old studio door here, because in the studio we don't have windows. We can't see a whole lot, so we rely upon our cameras, or we just go out and look at it ourselves. So I'm going to do that and see how much this rain is coming down, see if there's any pea-sized hail. I don't think there is. And you guys can't see, but you're probably going to be able to hear in just a second. All right. Peering out our back lot. And just a good old-fashioned thunderstorm out here. Heavy rainfall. Probably had that brief little gust of wind. Don't see any hail. And then the occasional lightning strike. And you can hear the sound of the rain. So getting it here at the studio. Coming down a little heavier now. So heavy rain through Champaign as we speak. And again, as I mentioned before, even after that rain isn't heavy anymore, there still have been quite a few lightning strikes on the back side of things. So keep that in mind. All right. We'll close the door and head back to the studio, to the control center, to move the radar and the cameras around a little bit. All right, it's coming back with you guys here. And I'm back. So let's see what this looks like on radar again. Still watching that storm, severe thunderstorm warning. Christian and Shelby, it's for hail and some winds in there. The wind's actually probably below severe limits, to be honest with you. It's the hail potential, and I'm just seeing that. I mean, see that purple, almost a white color. Pana, northwest side of 10. They're 29 between Locust and Pana. Probably got some hail. Assumption there to Dunkel on 51. Might have a little bit of hail trying to come in. Let's see if anybody's out there in Peyton. Anybody out there in Christian County? Be curious if anybody's watching us out there, Christian or Shelby County, as that storm kind of rolls in here tonight. Northwestern Shelby County. But Pana to Assumption right now, that's some hail on that storm. We can see it with the purple color that shows up here in the reflectivity. Basically, it's the radar saying, I'm hitting something, sending back a lot of energy in return, and gets displayed here in the purple colors here that you have on radar. Alrighty. So that's our view there with that storm. Here's the storm that just came through Champaign County. Well, looks like it's looking pretty good there towards Philo in Sydney. You might have some pea-sized hail in that. Philo to Sydney, you're going to get that storm to come through, and that's going to come along 74 eventually. St. Joe, Homer, maybe down the line, 50 and Oakwood, Fairmount, Jamaica. Cell down here as well, little line, Chesterville to Bourbon. And then also east of Sullivan. Some heavier rainfall going on down there. So Douglas County, you're getting hit next. Our favorite place over there. Chicken Bristle. Chicken Bristle, getting some heavy rainfall. Our favorite town. Tafficlin. Careful with that word. Bourbon as well. And again, you haven't seen a whole lot down towards Matthew and Charleston yet, but you've got a few little cells. There's Cumberland County, Neoga, Sigel, Cottonwood. A few little showers and thunderstorms there. I'm going to throw on the lightning, see where we got lightning strikes in each one of these. I mean, they've all got lightning. Those cells do. Definitely the one back here towards Pana has lightning strikes. All the ones here in Douglas County, into Champaign County. Everybody's got lightning on all of these, so just kind of be careful with that as the storms come in here tonight. There's another view there of Jacob's camera. As you can see, he's driving back and catching that sunset there. Let's see what some of our camera views are like tonight. I think we may still be too much into the rain to see much, but as you watch that camera, I'm going to pull up our other cameras here. And so here's the view that we've got here, looking more to the, what is that? What even direction am I looking right now? No, it's got to be looking west, right? Yeah, so we're looking west there. Oh yeah, Grange Grove right there. So just a sliver of that yellow color. That's just spinning around. Now we're looking a little bit more to the south. State Farm Center coming into frame. There's that heavier cell looking down towards the Philo area in Sydney, southeast of Champaign, and looking straight east towards Danville now on that shot, panning back around to the north towards campus, and eventually back here to the west, looking straight west as the sun is setting with just a sliver. So kind of turning into your good old-fashioned thunderstorm we've had at least here in Champaign County. Looks like they did just report some pea to quarter size hail in Pana. That's not surprising. According to the radar returns that we're getting, we had some of that probably quarter size hail in there on our storm. There it is. Now that's going to be passing there south of Assumption, but 51 there's probably some hail showing up. Is that now newest scan? Coming towards the Dollaville area and Tower Hill. And hopefully that's not bowing out at all. If that's bowing out, then you might have some stronger winds in there, but I think we're looking pretty good. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks to those of you also downloading the WCA3 weather app for us tonight. Seen a lot of you scan our QR code to get you to the location to be able to at least download the app and get that going. So we're going to continue to monitor our storm here. It's got the severe thunderstorm warning associated with it. Just to kind of see what the latest path and movement and all that jazz is. And we'll put a little bit of a storm path on it to give you guys an idea of where it's going. So first thing is first, how fast is she moving? The latest on this was moving to the northeast at 50 miles per hour. So now we bring out our little tool here where we draw along the leading edge of it. We take it out here to the northeast and we plot it at about 50 miles per hour. And these are the areas that will be impacted down the line, at least with that cell, if it would hold together. As we mentioned, Tower Hill, it's on top of you. Shelbyville at 8:04, Bethany at 8:17, Sullivan at 8:26, Arthur at 8:47, Tuscola by 9:10. If this would stay on its same path. Again, the biggest threat with this has actually has been the hail threat. I haven't seen a ton in the way of wind. So hail would be the biggest thing as that goes to the northeast, and that is the direction that this whole thing is going, as you can see there. Eventually into Moultrie County and somewhere into portions of Douglas and Coles County. But I gotta say, there has been a weakening trend with all of the storms here tonight. So it may not be too long before a lot of these storms begin to kind of fade away. They lose their punch as they get into less what's known as instability. The instability area is really shrinking here, and before too long, the storms are just not going to have anything that they can tap into, so to speak, to be able to fuel themselves. It's kind of like a car. Got to have gas to go, and the thunderstorms got to have gas to go as well. And that gas is that instability. Heating from the day, and after the sun sets, you lose the heating, and you lose the energy, and you lose the go. Still a pretty good storm down there, I will say, though. That's coming into Shelby County now. Just passed through Pana. Just curious about the winds in that. Yeah, I'm not seeing too crazy of winds, so that's good news. More just a hail threat. Some good gusts in Champaign County with the storms that just kind of came through, but everything below severe limits. Strongest cell there through Shelby and eventually into Moultrie County. Okay, thanks to everybody tuning in here tonight on our live streams as we bring you severe weather coverage of storms moving through parts of central Illinois tonight. Have not seen a ton, but we did just get a report there again of some hail that came in down around the Pana area just a little bit ago as that storm came through, so wouldn't be surprised if additional reports come in down the line, as long as we've got this purple color that shows up. It's usually a pretty good indication that we're still dealing with a little bit of hail in there. So that's what we've got. Here, let's switch things over to our Danville camera. This is a review from Danville. Kind of show you what that looks like. The blue sky as the storm comes in. Again, that is a review from Danville tonight. Largely, for the vast majority of people, the severe weather threat will be waning over the next hour, and they will be trimming back the severe thunderstorm watch and tornado watches. I'll just show you what's left of those. As a matter of fact, they've removed that tornado watch for our McLean and Livingston area. Just holding on to that severe thunderstorm watch there as those last couple little cells move through Shelby and Moultrie County. We'll be keeping an eye on those, but again, we kind of thought all along that these storms would get out of that better energy and atmosphere, and things would start to fall apart. And that's exactly what has been happening here tonight with our storms. The only exception is our one that is left down here into now Shelby County. Seeing those storms still bringing maybe a hail threat, but I'm even seeing that coming down a little bit more. You're seeing it a little bit less in the way of that purple color. So we'll see if they carry that warning on. If they don't get any other additional reports, they may actually allow that to go. But that is what we have out here right now. It's got a report of no power in Assumption. So Assumption just had that storm come through. May is down there. It says no power in Assumption. Here's the last 30-minute loop of those storms. You can see some individual, so there's like a little line right there, another one right here, another one right here, and then there's another one down here coming to Fayette County. So that one may eventually kind of come across into Cumberland or Effingham County. The strongest one right now here into Shelby County. All of this, though, we've still got quite a few lightning strikes with our storms, and you can see each one of those little icons. I'm about to zoom in on showing a lightning strike that's occurred here in the past 15 minutes. Stretching all the way on this entire line from Arthur to Tuscola, to Lono to St. Joe. And even look at this lone little cell, that lone little lightning strike way out ahead of the storm. It doesn't have to be raining where you are to have lightning, so you got to be careful when those storms are approaching. Lightning strike there, out there in rural portions of Champaign, or actually that's Vermilion County there, between 50th and Fairmount to Oakwood. But May is saying that she has lost power in Assumption. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to continue to track this for you. I'm going to take just a small little break here, and we'll keep the radar up. I'll keep the stream going for now, and then we'll pop back in here with you in just a little bit, but you can kind of see the general direction that our strongest storm is going. I'll widen it out just a little bit more to include more of a viewing area, but you can see here, a strong storm right there, still bringing the potential for some hail. Otherwise, lightning and some heavy rainfall. We'll be back here in just a little bit, and but we'll keep the stream going here for right now and let you guys watch the radar, and we'll be back with you here. So hang tight, and if you'd like to stick around here and just watch the local stream, encourage you to do so. That'll be just fine. All right, guys, hang tight.